Can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, I'd like to pause for a moment of silent meditation. Thank you. Okay, the first item on the agenda would be our minutes from our meeting that was held on Monday, April 15th. Are there any corrections or additions to those minutes? If there are no corrections, I'd like a motion for approval.
Move to approve the minutes as presented.
Do I have a second?
Second.
A motion was made by Mrs. Keating and seconded by Mrs. Babb to approve the minutes from our April 15th meeting as presented. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is carried. The next item on the agenda would be the director's report. Mrs. Thomas?
First of all, I want to remind everybody, let everybody know how the training at South Bend on the procurement and contract management. Myself and Minnie Williams went to that training on April the 23rd through the 25th. We received certification on that. The other training that I went to, it was the management discussion and analyst footnotes highlights for housing authority. And what that training did taught me to feel some of the areas that I need to look at to show the activities for the housing authority in the current year and in the previous year. So what you do is you kind of like compare the two to see where you may be lacking in some areas. Ms. Roberts is the one who did the training. I did that training on 5/17, Friday of last week. It's a pretty interesting training. She was able to show me how to go into React and take a look at the reports that we usually submit to HUD in that website. So a couple of the trainings that I went to. The other thing that I want to talk about, if there are no questions on the
Mrs. Thomas, I do have a question.
Okay.
Could you give us a little bit more information, just a little, about the procurement class you?
The procurement training is for contract management. And that training is for executive director, maintenance personnel, or anybody who works at the housing authority to show you some areas that you look at as far as contract management goes. Say, for instance, if you want to contract with another company, they'll tell you these are some of the areas that you look at. You do RFQs for requests for qualification, you do RFPs for proposal, and there's a difference between the two. The RFQs are for qualification to do certain services like legal, audit, and different things like that. The RFP is for quotes to make purchases and different things like that. Mr. Guilford, he's been doing it for a number of years. He takes his training all over the United States, and it's very, very interesting training. It helps you to stay up on things that HUD is changing every year, and it's a training that you should take every year because procurement changes every year. It also helps you to understand some of the things that HUD requires you as far as purchasing goes. the dollar amount to spend, the type of people to look at when you're making the purchases. So it was a very interesting training. Ms. Williams, she really enjoyed the training. She's never had a training before, and I would recommend that training for anybody that works for the Housing Authority.
Okay, thank you. Is that a training that they're going to offer again, or is that an annual type session?
Mr. Gifford, he's contracted to do it in different places. I believe the next training, sometime he'll do a training. I believe there's a training the fall of this year in Indianapolis, but I don't have an exact date.
Okay.
But it's a very good training. It's well worth the money that you invest to go to different trainings like that. It keeps you up on the HUD. Notices and stuff like that too, also.
Okay, thank you.
Also, last week I sent out the 2019 year-to-date operating expenditure for you all to take a look at. It was one of the things that Mrs. Keating asked that I send out. Are there any questions? Just want to add that as of this date, we have all of our books except for April, and I believe Lindsay is still working on those books. April. Yeah. There's a little bit about sending out emails and requesting information.
Yeah, we finally took a year and a half. To get caught up.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to comment about receiving those in the email that I got, and it was very helpful. I'm not going to be here after today, but I think that it should continue. I think you would all benefit from getting that.
Yep. I've been reviewing them as well, and I think they have a tendency to kind of back off of our account if someone's not constantly on them. And I think that's why we're almost caught up now, is because we're continuing to ask. So they know that we're focused on it, therefore we're getting those emails. And I
told her you will have them done.
Right.
I'm
exactly.
surprised she did it. But somebody else will have to get on. That you should have sought somebody to be the contact person with Lindsay to back you up. Okay.
Yeah, we were able to get that done without having to send a demand letter, because if the board remembers, that's something that you guys asked me to do, but then they started coming in and we never sent a demand letter, so it didn't get to that point. But someone needs to continue making sure that they're following up with them.
Okay.
Can I say something about that? I believe part of the problem with that was last year, at one time, Lindsay tried to do a 3-year contract with us, and we were already in a 5-year contract with them. They wanted to do a 3-year, and we still haven't heard anything back from that, and the difference in the price. The 5-year contract, the price was a lot lower. It did go up, and I believe once we didn't renew the, the 3-year contract that they originally sent us in October, they kind of like stepped back and they, there was just nothing, I never got a follow up on it.
That wasn't the problem. The problem began in April of 2018 when they got rid of the person who had been on our account, or she quit. And then they put somebody in there who didn't do anything, and that's when we started falling behind. So it predates that issue. But you're right, there still is an issue
with the contract.
You guys know that. I don't need to tell you about that. About the 5-year versus 3-year. They should pay us back. They've overcharged us. So we need to get a handle on that. Or you guys need to get a handle on that. I keep saying we. I wasn't expecting to talk today. I was just going to sit and behave myself. See how long that lasts.
Okay. Anything else on the financial report, Ms. Sons?
I'm meeting with Mr. Kelly tomorrow regarding the vacancies that we have at Lincoln State. We did receive now 2 applications, but the qualifications for what we're looking for, it's not the qualifications are just not there. So, we're still looking for someone. I'm meeting with Mr. Kelly tomorrow at 10 o'clock a.m. to see what our other options are until we can fill those vacancies that we have. One of the things that we talked about was overtime on Friday. One of the things we're going to talk about is overtime on Friday to kind of get the units caught up. There's a unit out at Lakeland that's completed. We haven't housed it yet. So we have a total of, I believe it's 5 vacant units at Lakeland Estates. One unit we did go in and tear the cabinets out, order the cabinets, and we are going to redo the floors.
So we've got 5 vacant units now?
Yes.
Have a conversation. I just want to say that I think we need to be very careful when we start looking at this overtime because,
And that's one of the things that I'm doing.
okay, because I'm just concerned that if we are paying overtime and we're paying a supervisor overtime, we have to make sure that that supervisor is a working supervisor.
He's administrative, he don't get,
Well, okay, so then he wouldn't be involved in the overtime.
not for the pay.
Okay, all right. Thank you for the clarification.
Mhm.
Anything else? Mrs. Thomas?
Oh, sorry.
Can you kind of, I'm sorry to backtrack, but can you email us and kind of let us know what the plan is for those, for after you talk to Mr. Kelly tomorrow? Just kind of an update of whatever.
I'll send you a copy of your agenda to you because I have an agenda together. One of the reasons why I did that is because I talked to another executive director, and Global Housing Authority has 183 public units in the same amount of employees that we have as far as workers. And he was able to get his unit done, and he used a plan, and I'm gonna look at his plan and see if there's one we can use to put in place so we can do. We're union, they're not. That's the only difference. So I just wanna see if we can utilize what they did, to help the housing authority out.
Good. All right, anything else at this time? I'm just asking for, okay. Okay, under committee reports, do I have the, thing on the personnel committee at this time? No, okay.
We had a meeting, but we didn't get together. Mr. Norvell and I were here, but we didn't, something must have come up, I don't know. This is about a month ago or so.
Really?
Yeah. So we tried, so we need to try to get that together again.
And I just want to say that I did assign Christina to a different committee, and I don't have my sheet with me, which one it is, but I did put her on a different committee. I think it was project development and partnerships. I think that's the one I put her on. I have to look at my information because she was asking to be put on the committee, so I put her on the project development partnerships. Okay. All right, moving on then, under old business, audit results. Is there anything, I think we kind of covered, is there anything you want to report on audit results?
I did contact Mrs. Roberts. She was unable to do today, because she's in Colorado doing an audit. She said she would be willing to do a planning conference.
So she, when did she say she could do a phone conference?
I will email her and see when would be a good date.
And this is concerning the exit summation?
Pardon me?
Is this concerning the exit summation?
Yes.
Is she gonna be back in the area anytime soon?
I can email her and see when she'll be back in the area.
What is the feeling of the board if she's not going to be here personally about doing a phone conference for exit summation?
I think a phone conference is good, at least to get us started. Now, if there's more detail that we needed, then I think we could go from there.
And then we probably need to review some of the documentation so that we'll have our questions ready for her if we do a phone conference. Okay, so if you don't have copies of the information that was provided to us previously, then we'll make sure that you get it. And I would just like to say maybe submit those questions to Norma ahead of time, and that way she can distribute those to everybody via email or mail so you can get them. Okay, so Norma, if you'll contact her to see what day she'd be available, and time-wise, after 2 o'clock is best for me. I don't know about everyone else here. Mr. Fine, how your days look for time? What time is important to you? And then I'm coming up on being out of school, so that's right, I can do it anytime.
Probably mid-afternoon would be,
Okay, so is that 11 or 1 or?
well, anywhere from 11 to 3 or so, maybe.
Okay. All right,
Cheryl?
okay. Any problems with you, Mrs. Babb, as far as time?
After 3?
All right, we'll see what we can do. Okay. What, any comments, Ms.?
No, I was just
You
thinking.
good?
Yeah, I was just thinking.
All right. Okay, so if you can follow up with that, we can see if we can get a time set up for a phone conference. Next thing under old business is the Lindsay software systems, and I think we've talked about that. Is there anything else we need to talk about on Lindsay software?
No.
Okay, if there's nothing on Lindsay software, then we can move down to new business. Is there any new business to come before us at this time? Okay. And I need to regress because there is something that I forgot after Mrs. Thomas gave her director's report. Did anyone have any questions about the other managers' reports that were presented to us? Okay, if there are no questions, we need a motion to accept the management reports as presented.
I'll make a motion to accept the management reports.
Okay.
I second it.
Motion was made by Mrs. Keating and seconded by Mrs. Davis that the management reports be accepted as presented. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is carried. Thank you. I'm sorry for that. Are there any pending items? Do we have our pending item list? I do not see it. Evaluation, monitor progress.
Something's different.
Okay, so under Asset Committee Financial Reports, we had attorney to draft a letter to Lindsay for past due finance statements and include reasonable deadline. Can we take that off of the pending items list now?
Yes.
Okay. Policy and procedures, we still need to review that. Transfer of funds. Can someone refresh my memory, because I don't, was that,
Was that the follow-up on the training that was supposed to be, or we had the, transfer?
I believe the transfer funds is filed
Yeah,
when you do the manual compliance.
exactly.
Yes.
so has that been, have you met with personnel at the bank to go through that procedure, Norma, or did?
Robin and myself and Michelle are supposed to meet to incorporate that into our cash management policy that needs to be approved by the board.
Okay, and when are you doing that? Has there been a date set?
We haven't set a date yet. A date was set, and the date, I think I was out of the office that day. Russ to go over it.
Is that with Kate Seaman?
You're gonna invite the bank in?
Because she was going to come over here and give kind of a class, is that what
I
you
don't
told
know
me?
anything about a class.
Okay.
Well, Kate Seaman is available from the bank to come in and meet with you guys to make sure that we're doing it the right way and make sure if there's any questions that they're answered. So if you want Kate to come over,
If it's easy for her to come here.
she said it's totally up to you, however you want to do it if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we need to try to get that scheduled as soon as we can. I know it's been busy, but see if we can get this set up. Then the last one is the Lindsay software contract information, and to meet with the attorney so that we can get that contract information straight away.
Yeah, between the 3 year and the 5 year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're working on that.
Okay.
I would like to report on the IURC matter. I communicated with the IURC's legal counsel, and he says everything's on track, and he was going to check with the managers that come out here and do the site visits and things like that to make sure that things are going according to plan. And since that conversation, I haven't had any follow-up. But from my understanding, we're doing everything we're supposed to be doing, and he was just going to confirm that with the managers that come out here.
Okay. So we'll just leave that on.
Yeah,
here
keep
till
it on
we
there
get
because it's
the
still,
report.
until that's dismissed from the IURC, there's still an open
Okay.
IURC case.
So that would be pipeline safety and monitoring the progress of IURC. Okay. Thank you. Any other items? Okay, I do have some information tonight that I have to share with the board. Mrs. Keating informed me that this is her last meeting. She didn't tell us so we could give her a going away party or
Yeah.
a dinner or
What I really
something.
want is for you to honor me by having a Christmas party every year.
That's right. That's right. You're invited. That's right.
Her
Norma does so well.
She says, oh, no.
Not again.
Her official last day is May 31st, and we just want to say that it's really been a pleasure having you on our board, and we're going to miss you, Virginia.
Well, I'm going to miss all of you. You're great people. This is a great board.
And just know that if I need
Anybody wants to call me, you call me.
okay, so we just wish you
So much.
Thank you.
It's been awesome.
Do you have something to fill your time, or will you just be relaxing or reading
No, I did
books?
all,
or-
I still have all the other stuff that I was doing.
Okay.
Oh,
I
my
got
notes.
2 other boards
Oh,
and my job
you can have the whole thing.
and my guardianship of a 91-year-old, and sometimes I get appointed as guardian ad litem for youngsters.
Oh, nice. That's nice. Yeah.
So there is one other item we want to bring up. Norma has some information she wants to share. And go ahead, Norma, I'll let you share.
When our new field officer were out in March, Bruce Nazarene, he came out and he took a look at, our setup here, and he felt that there were some items that we probably need to look at changing. One of the things that he recommended we take a look at is, like I said, capital fund and procurement is really important to a housing authority. He recommended someone to come in and we can contract with to take a look at our housing authority properties. And what he would do is do a physical need assessment, or he would be under contract with the housing authority. He would use capital fund dollars to do it. We don't have to use operations to do that. He sent over a resume showing what the gentleman had quite a few years of capital fund improvements. He can come in and show us how to spend our capital fund dollars. Also, the gentleman, he works for the Gary Housing Authority. He's been doing it for Gary Housing Authority for years. And one of the things that I really like about it is the fact that he can come in and look at our properties and show us exactly where the need is. We can use capital fund dollars, like I said, and not operating dollars. We have over $1 million in capital fund dollars that we need to spend between 16 and 19. We just received 2019 capital funding over $300,000. So that money, in that money, there is salary set aside just for things like this. So Mr. Nestor wanted me to present it to the board tonight to take a look at it. We can meet in committee to talk about it, or we can approve him for this contract now, however you want to do this.
I would suggest that this be taken to a committee and then put on the agenda for the next board meeting, and then the board can vote on it. If anyone has any comments, they have some time to see it on the agenda before voting on it.
I know this is my last night, but I want to say something in regards to things like this. Okay, I think we always have to ask the question, remember this, can we afford it? Okay, so you got to look at it from the end, also the qualifications. So when the committee meets, those are the questions that they should be asking. Just a suggestion, my parting shot.
Thank you. That's fine. That's fine. So I would like to ask Asset Management Committee. Should that be Asset Management Committee?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So, to schedule a meeting and look at this as soon as possible so that we could have your recommendation at our next meeting. And Norma, what is the gentleman's name again?
Kenneth Clinton.
Who? First name?
Kenneth.
Kenneth Clinton.
Yeah, I'm sure Norma can share the resume.
She's got the resume for him, so that can be shared with the committee. Okay.
Mr. Norvell on that.
All right.
All right.
Any other
No,
questions?
it was Mrs. Keeney. She has to come back.
Do we follow?
Asset management would be Bill Fine, Yolanda Davis, and remember Mrs. Keating kind of bowed out and put me on that committee.
Until the 31st.
Yes. So I will step in until we get another board member to fill that. Okay? All right. Is there any other business or any approval of any pending bills that? Okay. So if there's no other business to come before us tonight, our council representative, would you like to have a word?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations. So if there's nothing else to come before us tonight,
Would Mr. Fitzpatrick like to come back? Entertain this offer, right? We know him. Okay. Let's try it.
Yeah, I know, oh yeah, at this
Let's
point.
try it.
So you can't.
So if there's no other business to come before us, do I have a motion for adjournment?
I'll give that motion.
All minds are clear, second?
No, yes.
Okay, this meeting is adjourned, thank you. Yes.
Telling you.